Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Unless you're a fanboy, then we don't care how your day is going at all. So I feel like I've been seeing a lot more talk about this whole, specifically Kyrie Irving being the most skilled player. And, you know, again, we all know that the whole narrative about this modern NBA being the most skilled. And, you know, I've done videos about this before, talking about the rules changes and how, you know, just from the rules changes alone. Again, if you're not having to shoot over physical contact, if you're not having to dribble with physical contact, then to me, there is no way to assess how skilled you are. And again, just because it doesn't look as flashy, you know, I would argue that a lot of the older generation of players were definitely more skilled in this current generation. Again, you can be as flashy as you want when the contact is limited. But I kind of wanted to talk about it at a different angle and ask you guys a question. And that is, what does most skilled mean to you? What does it mean to you? Because I feel like, first of all, as in regards to modern NBA, most of the time when they're talking about most skilled, they are talking about offense. Like the modern NBA is geared towards offense, and, you know, and this is what people are talking about when they say most skilled. They are strictly talking about offense, but I feel like it's so many different angles you can approach this from. Like, first of all, to compare Kyrie Irving to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, to me, first of all, if you're not including defense in this, then what are you doing? Because defense is a skill as well. I feel like that's been forgotten since the modern era doesn't play defense. Defense is not looked at as a skill at all. But defense is a skill. So if you're not comparing Kyrie and Kevin Durant and all the players who you think are more skilled, even Steph Curry, if you're not comparing them in totality as a player, because basketball is both offense and defense. If you're not comparing all those things, then what are we doing? And then, like I said, even within offense, for example, for the people who like to classify Kobe Bryant as the most skilled, and I disagree, but I can see where you're coming from. But here's why I disagree, and I've said this before. I disagree because while you may say Kobe has more moves and more this, more that, you know, I would say Jordan is better at what he does. So, you know, here's the question. What's better? Having 5 moves that work 40% of the time, or having one move that works 80% of the time? Who would you say is more skilled in that case? Because at the end of the day, what we're talking about is getting results, right? So if you have one move that works 80% of the time, I would argue that you are more skilled. Like you may have only one move, but that move is perfected to a way that is much more effective than this other player who so-called has more moves. Also, IQ is a skill to me. I mean, I feel like people can have a certain amount of IQ naturally, but you can also work on how you see the game. You can work on your instincts for the game. You can work on reading the plays. You can work on these things. So again, when people just throw out the word more skill, if we're talking about in totality, offense, defense, and IQ, to me, it is hard to compare to Michael Jordan. Again, because I think everything about Michael Jordan's game was much more streamlined than every other player. Was much more surgical than every other player. So when you're talking about Michael Jordan's game in totality, offense, defense, high basketball IQ, to me, Michael Jordan is the most skilled. Having the basic fundamentals down, that's a skill. And that's a low skill that most of these players today do not have. It's just the basic fundamentals. So again, when we talk about skill, what are we really talking about? And this is why I'm asking all of you, like what when you hear the media talking about, oh, this guy's so skilled, I mean, what does that mean to you? You know, if you're a person who thinks Kyrie Irving is the most skilled, what does that mean to you? Because to me, when I think of Kyrie, I don't think of defense. When I think of Kyrie, I don't think of someone with the highest basketball IQ. I think of someone who can hoop, absolutely. I think of someone who, if you watched him, if you went to the court to watch him play, he would stand out. But he is not the person who, he wouldn't be the top dog on the court. And obviously I'm comparing him, I'm saying amongst the other people who are top dogs. If he's on the court with Kobe and Jordan and Iverson and a lot of these people, to me, he's not gonna stand out. You know, you'll look at him like, oh, that's a guy that can hoop. Same with Kevin Durant. You know, Kevin Durant, to me, when they talk about his skills, we're talking strictly offensive. But if you're talking about in totality, if he's on the court with Jordan and Kobe and those guys, like, he's not going to be the guy controlling the game. So anyway, this is a short video. Like I said, I just been saying this whole thing about Kyrie and some of these other players who are supposedly so skilled. You know, so many of these basketball players got podcasts now that I feel like this stuff comes up a lot. But yeah, I'm just like thinking to myself, like, what we need to define what that actually is. And to me, it's not as simple as saying, oh, well, you know, he has all these moves and a great shot, so he's more skilled. No, to me, it's like you have to weigh in several factors. You have to weigh in defense. Defense is a skill. It's a part of basketball. You can weigh in IQ because IQ is something that can be worked on and you can get better at it. And like I said, you have to measure in the effectiveness of what they do compared to other players. Again, just because a player doesn't have as many moves, if he's more effective at the moves that he has, to me, that's more skilled. But anyway, this is a short video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is there anyone in the current NBA who you would deem on the same skill level as a Kobe Bryant? Who you would deem on the same skill level as a Michael Jordan? As you would deem on the same skill level as a Larry Bird? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.